Have you ever wondered the difference between a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a counselor, or a social worker? Mental health is a broad field with many different professions, each with unique training, qualifications, and roles. In today's video, we're going to break down the major counseling and psych professions, what they do, what kind of training they need, and the values that guide their work. The scope of my field of study or practice is within Ontario, Canada. Other countries and even other provinces will have their own professional guidelines. Part 1. What makes counselors and psych professionals unique? Let's start the conversation off with professional counselors. Counselors, like many professionals, complete specialized training and continue developing their skills throughout their careers. They stay current with emerging research, best practice theories, and evidence-based techniques. But in addition to technical skills, counseling is also about larger values. Professional counselors are guided strictly by ethical principles such as respecting a client's autonomy, supporting their right to self-determination, and ensuring that counseling remains a non-judgmental, safe space. A big part of this is self-awareness. Counselors have to recognize their own biases, acknowledge issues of power and privilege, and make cultural intelligence a priority. This ensures that they can provide care that is respectful, inclusive, and effective for diverse communities. Part 2. Different types of counseling professionals. Now let's look at the wide variety of professions within the counseling and psychology world. Each role has its own focus, qualifications, and work setting. Here's a brief breakdown. Social worker. Social workers are the largest professional group supporting people with psychiatric disorders. They provide counseling, advocacy, and support to individuals and families facing challenges like poverty, abuse, or health issues. Depending on their training, they might hold a bachelor's or master's in social work, BSW, or MSW. They work in many settings: government agencies, nonprofits, schools, hospitals, correctional facilities, and with Indigenous communities. Importantly, in Canada, only registered social workers can legally use the title social worker. Youth counselor. Youth counselors focus on providing emotional support and guidance to children and adolescents. Their training varies widely, from certificates and diplomas to full degrees, depending on where they work. Psychiatric nurse. Psychiatric nurses combine nursing care with mental health expertise. They support people living with psychiatric disorders, often in hospitals or community settings. To practice, they need a Bachelor of Nursing and must pass licensing exams to become a registered psychiatric nurse. Occupational therapist. Occupational therapists help individuals overcome physical and mental challenges that affect daily living. Their training is usually a bachelor's or master's in occupational therapy. In the mental health field, they might focus on helping clients build routines, manage stress, or regain independence after illness. Music therapist. A music therapist uses music, listening, creating, and performing to support emotional, cognitive, and social needs. They usually complete a bachelor's or master's in music therapy. Applied behavior analysis, ABA. Applied behavior analysis specialize in working with individuals, especially those on the autism spectrum, using behavioral techniques. Training varies. Some hold certificates, while others complete bachelor's or master's degrees. Art therapist. Art therapists help people process emotions and express themselves through creativity. Training often combines psychology, fine arts, or counseling at the undergraduate level, followed by specialized diplomas or master's programs in art therapy. Social service worker. Social service workers are often community college graduates with diplomas or degrees in social service work. They provide counseling and advocacy in transition homes, addiction centers, and community mental health agencies. Private practice counselor. Private practice counselors are often self-employed, offering therapy for mental health, relationships, and personal development. They usually hold degrees in psychology, counseling, or social work, and may pursue additional certifications. Psychologist. Psychologists are trained to assess and treat mental and emotional disorders. They may provide therapy, testing, and research. In Canada, this usually requires a master's or doctoral degree, PhD, or PsyD in psychology. Only registered psychologists can use the title. Psychiatrist. Finally, psychiatrists are medical doctors who specialize in diagnosing and treating mental illnesses. They can prescribe medication in addition to offering therapy. Their training includes a medical degree, followed by several years of psychiatric residency. Part 3. Where do these professionals work? Counselors and mental health professionals work in a huge range of settings: hospitals, schools, universities, addiction treatment centers, correctional facilities, multicultural service agencies, street outreach, indigenous communities, and private practice. In nonprofit organizations, volunteers also play a crucial role, whether on crisis phone lines or in community service programs, extending the reach of professional services. Part 4. Core values and ethics. Beyond qualifications, it's also important to talk about how these professionals are strictly grounded in strong ethical codes. Depending on what organization or college they are attached to or part of, these codes will be similar but expressed differently or worded differently. For example, the Canadian Association of Social Workers, CASW, emphasizes respecting the dignity and worth of all people, promoting social justice, pursuing truth and reconciliation, valuing human relationships, maintaining integrity, privacy, and professional competence. Meanwhile, the Canadian Counselling and Psychotherapy Association, CCPA, outlines core principles like beneficence, promoting clients' best interests, fidelity, maintaining trust and commitments, non-maleficence, avoiding harm, autonomy, respecting client self-determination, justice, fair treatment for all, and social interest, acting in the best interest of the community. These values ensure that clients receive not only competent care, but also ethical, respectful, and inclusive support. Part 5. The bigger picture. Finally, it's important to remember that effective counseling doesn't exist in a vacuum. Mental health and well-being are shaped by what we call the social determinants of health. Things like income, education, housing, healthcare access, gender, culture, and living conditions. Understanding these factors allows professionals to see the bigger picture of a client's life and provide more holistic care. Conclusion. As you've seen, the world of psych professions is incredibly diverse, from social workers and youth counselors to psychologists and psychiatrists. Each role has its own focus, training, and values. But at the core, all of these professionals are united by a commitment to ethical practice, respect for human dignity, and the goal of helping people live healthier, fuller lives. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into psychology and counseling topics, and let me know in the comments which of these professions are you most curious about. Goodbye for now, stay healthy, and keep learning.